It's like this ghost in the classroom. It's the one subject we were never taught, but it haunts every single decision we make. We learn all about ancient empires and distant galaxies, but the language of money, the very tool that shapes our freedom and our future, well, that remains a total mystery. Why is that? Look, this isn't just some small oversight. It's a silent crisis, and the price we pay for this ignorance is steep, paid in stress, missed opportunities, and dreams that just fade away. But what if you could learn the rules of the game? Let's figure them out together.
I mean, really think about it. You see the headlines all the time, right? A sports superstar who made hundreds of millions is suddenly bankrupt. A lottery winner with a life-changing fortune loses it all in just a few years. How on earth is that even possible? It completely challenges this fundamental belief we all kind of have, that more money just solves all our problems. But if that were true, these stories just wouldn't exist. The real issue isn't what they earned. It was what they didn't know.
And this brings us to our first crucial lesson. It's such a common mistake to equate a big paycheck with being wealthy, but real wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep, and even more importantly, how much you invest. If your spending just inflates right along with your income, you're not getting ahead. You're just a well-paid participant in the same old rat race. You're not actually building a real, lasting financial foundation. So before we even start talking about numbers or budgets or stocks, we have to start right here, because long-term financial success isn't built on a spreadsheet. It's built in the 6 inches between your ears. A lot of us, without even realizing it, are sabotaging our own success. We carry around these subconscious beliefs about money that we picked up in childhood. Phrases like money is the root of all evil or rich people are greedy. These limiting beliefs can cause us to unconsciously push away financial opportunities. The key takeaway is that money is just a tool. It's not good or evil. Changing your psychology around it is the very first step to attracting more of it. This one busts a huge myth. You do not need to be a financial genius to succeed. In fact, an average person with unshakable discipline will always outperform a brilliant mind who lacks self-control. Think of it this way. Intelligence might give you the map, but discipline is the engine that actually gets you to your destination. Oh man, this is a trap that gets so many people. As your income goes up, so does the temptation to show it off. The fancy car, the expensive watch, the designer clothes. But spending to project an image of success is the fastest way to destroy your actual chances of achieving it. Real wealth provides security and freedom, not just shiny objects. The goal is to fund your lifestyle with your investments, not your salary. This right here is the foundation for everything else. Before you even think about stocks or real estate, your first and most important investment is in yourself. Every book you read, every course you take, that's not an expense. It's an upgrade to your single greatest asset, your mind. The more you learn, the more you can earn, and the fewer costly mistakes you're going to make along the way. All right, with our mindset dialed in, it's time to build our financial fortress. This next part is all about defense, the non-negotiable rules for protecting your money and building a foundation that can weather any storm. It sounds almost insultingly obvious, doesn't it? And yet, in a world of constant temptation and easy credit, it's a rule that millions of people break every single day. Living beyond your means is a guaranteed path to debt and financial stress. All wealth accumulation, without a single exception, starts with this one powerful principle. But how do you actually do it? Well, a simple and really effective framework is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs, like housing and food. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff. And the most important part, a non-negotiable 20% goes directly to savings and investments. This simple structure ensures you're always building for the future. A huge part of making that budget work is being brutally honest with yourself about this distinction. A need is something you cannot live without. Shelter, basic food, healthcare. A want is pretty much everything else, from the latest smartphone to a luxury car. Advertising is literally designed to blur this line, to make you feel like your wants are needs. Learning to pause and ask yourself, do I really need this, is a financial superpower. Now, once you start saving, you run into a silent killer of wealth, inflation. Simply put, the $100 you stash under your mattress today will buy you less stuff next year. Money sitting in a low-interest bank account isn't just sitting still, it's actively losing value, slowly being eroded by the rising cost of everything. And that's exactly why saving, while it's absolutely essential, is not enough. Saving builds your emergency fund and gives you a safety net, but investing is what makes your money work for you. It's the only way to grow your capital at a rate that outpaces inflation and builds significant long-term wealth. Okay, so we've covered the mindset and the defense. Now comes the exciting part, the offense. Let's look at the strategies the wealthy use not just to preserve their money, but to actively grow and multiply it.
The word debt usually comes with a lot of fear, and for good reason. Consumer debt can be destructive, but the wealthy understand a key secret. Not all debt is created equal. There's bad debt, like high-interest credit cards, and then there's good, or smart debt, which is used strategically to acquire assets that go up in value.
This powerful concept is called financial leverage. It's all about using other people's money to multiply your returns. For example, with $100,000, you could buy one property for cash. Or you could use that same $100,000 as a 20% down payment on 5 different $100,000 properties. Now you control $500,000 worth of assets, and you benefit from the appreciation on all 5. That's the power of leverage. But with great potential comes a crucial principle. There is no such thing as high return without high risk. Anyone who promises you massive, guaranteed returns with zero risk is either lying or running a scam. The goal isn't to avoid risk entirely. That's impossible. The goal is to understand it, manage it, and take on a level of risk that you're comfortable with. We've all been told don't put all your eggs in one basket, and that's solid advice for protecting wealth. But what about building it? For those just starting out, the opposite might actually be more true. Focusing your capital on a few strong, well-researched investments can be way more effective than spreading it too thin. As Warren Buffett suggests, concentration builds wealth. Diversification protects it. First, you build, then you protect. And finally, every single decision you make with your time or your money has a hidden cost, the opportunity cost. The hours you spend watching TV could have been spent learning a new skill. The money you spend on an expensive coffee every day could be invested and compounding for years. Being aware of this helps you make choices that align with your long-term goals. We've covered mindset, defense, and offense, but all this knowledge is completely useless without one final critical element. This is where most people get stuck. They consume endless books, videos, and articles. They become experts in theory but remain amateurs in practice. They suffer from analysis paralysis, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. But information alone doesn't change anything. Action is the only thing that creates results.
So the bottom line is this. It all boils down to a simple 2-step process. Keep learning, always. But most importantly, start doing. Break the inertia. Start small if you have to. Open that investment account. Create that budget. Take that first small step. Experience is the best teacher, and you can only get it through action.
We've just gone through 15 powerful lessons, but this analysis means nothing if it doesn't lead to a change. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Don't think about tomorrow or next week. What is the one single rule from this list that you can put into practice right now, today?